Little Bunny's Dreamland discovery. The next morning, Benny woke up feeling refreshed and happy after his adventure the night before. As he stretched his little paws, he thought about all the friends he had visited and how different their homes were. It made him smile to think that even though things didn't work out perfectly, his friends had all been so kind. After a big breakfast of dandelion pancakes, Benny decided to hop outside to thank his friends. First, he visited Squirrel. "I'm sorry I couldn't stay, Squirrel," Benny said. "But thank you for welcoming me in." "No problem at all," Squirrel replied with a grin. "Next time, we'll have some fun without the acorn crunching." Then Benny visited Skunk. "I'm sorry I had to leave so quickly, Skunk," he said, "but thank you for letting me stay." Skunk nodded and gave Benny a big hug. "Maybe next time I'll remember not to spray," they both giggled. Benny continued to visit Porcupine, Bear, and Owl, thanking each of them for their kindness, until finally, he felt like his heart was filled with gratitude. That night, when Benny got ready for bed, he felt something magical stirring in the air. The moon was full and bright, casting silver light over the meadow. As Benny lay down to sleep, he whispered, "Thank you, friends," and closed his eyes. But just as he started to drift off, something extraordinary happened. Benny found himself floating through the sky, gently soaring over the meadow. He blinked in surprise, realizing he wasn't in his bed anymore. "Where am I?" he wondered out loud. "You're in Dreamland," a soft voice answered. Benny turned to see a shimmering butterfly with wings that sparkled like the stars. "I'm your dream guide," said the butterfly. "Tonight, I'm going to show you how dreams can be even more exciting than hopping around in the real world." Benny's eyes widened in amazement as the butterfly led him through the clouds. In Dreamland, everything was colorful and full of wonder. Benny saw flowers as big as trees, rivers made of lemonade, and animals playing together like they were in a magical playground. But the best part was yet to come. As Benny and the butterfly flew over a hill, he saw all his friends waiting for him. Squirrel, Skunk, Porcupine, Bear, and Owl were gathered in a beautiful garden, where everything was soft, quiet, and peaceful. There were no loud crunching noises, no strange smells, no prickly quills, and no snoring. It was perfect. "Welcome, Benny," they all shouted together. Benny's heart filled with joy. In Dreamland, he could spend time with all his friends in the most wonderful way. They played games, told stories, and even had a big feast with the tastiest dream food Benny had ever imagined. As the night in Dreamland came to a close, Benny realized something important. Even though he loved being in his own bed, Dreamland was a place where he could be with his friends whenever he wanted, and in the dream world, everything was just right. When Benny woke up the next morning, he smiled. Now he knew that whether he was at home in his cozy bed or dreaming with his friends in Dreamland, he was never truly alone. And from that night on, whenever Benny felt lonely, he closed his eyes and whispered, "Take me to Dreamland." And there, in the magical world of dreams, he was always surrounded by the warmth of friendship. The end.